So I think like a lot of people, I just started watching Walterrific. I gotta say that guy is frickin' nuts. And he better be careful. Like, I've seen lots of times he just like randomly goes up to little kids and starts talking to them and like hands them shit. You gotta be careful with that shit. In today's day and age, you're gonna be labeled a fucking pedophile faster than you can blink. I mean, what they just... In the news this morning, I just heard of a guy, a black gentleman, I can't remember where, but he pulled out his phone to look at something. And this mother thought that he was trying to take a picture of her kids. So she snapped a picture of him and then blasted that shit all over the internet, saying that he was a pedophile taking shots of little kids. The fucking police got involved because they're like, well, we don't know who he is, but he kind of looks like this one dude on our sexual offenders website or, you know, list. So we need to have this. Like, so this shit goes viral, all right? 2 days later, like, after it's really made its rounds to the internet, I haven't seen the picture, but it's really made its rounds now through the internet. And some of his friends recognize him, and they're like, "Bro, your picture is on, is all over. They're saying that you're a sexual predator and that you're trying to take pictures of these little kids." And he's like, "What the fuck?" So now he has to go to the police and report himself in. And of course, he's not a sexual offender, you know, sexual predator or anything. And so all that gets cleared. Well, now this lady then starts sending out like an apology. Well, of course, you know, fucking humans being the irrational assholes that we are, there was people that made fucking death threats against this dude. No context behind this picture at all. This mother doesn't even have context. She just assumed something. And now this dude had death threats and is saying that he's a sexual offender, and his name and face are all over the place. And, you know, all she wants to do is offer up an apology. But of course now, again, humans being irrational assholes, there are now death threats against her for doing the same thing. And probably made by the same people that made the death threats against him. But this is the type of shit that Walterrific needs to be conscious of. Like, just walking up randomly to, or, you know, riding up randomly to little kids, handing them out shit. Like, I don't know what his cards say. I've never seen them. But, you know, somebody's just going to be irrational and assume that he's handing out, like, a freaking website to go look at kidney porn or some shit. You know, I mean, these are all worst case scenarios. But given the scenario that I just told you, I can't fathom. He seems like he's a really nice dude, but you gotta be fucking careful beyond belief. All right, I have a 2-year-old. I take her to this place that lots of people take their kids to. It's like an indoor playground area, and I don't want to name the business or anything, but you watch kids beating up on other kids all the time, you know, and my daughter just kind of like stands back and watches them thinking that they're idiots, you know, which is good. She's more like me in that regards. But the other day, this like little kid fell, and I was standing there, and I watched him fall, and then when he got off the ground, I was like, "Hey, you all right, buddy?" And he's like, "Yeah," you know, and I'm like, "All right." Well, the mother comes running around and screaming at me, like, "Why didn't you try to catch him? Oh my God." I'm like, "It's not my kid." She's like, "What?" I was like, "He's not my kid. It's not my responsibility to watch your kid for you, 1. And 2, I was like, he's not my kid in the regards that if I were just to grab him and you didn't see him fall, but now all of a sudden you see me holding your kid, what are you going to think? You're going to think that I'm some sort of frickin' pervert and trying to molest your kid, aren't you?" I was like, that's the way the world works today, unfortunately. I was like, so no, I'm not going to grab your kid. If you're afraid of your kid falling, then you need to pay more attention to them and not onto your fucking cell phone. Which, of course, she was on, you know, texting, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever the fuck she was doing. You know, it was like, how about you pay attention to your kid? Like, look at me. Here I am. I'm following my daughter around, letting her play, and she's asking me for help, and I help her up when she needs it. It's like, but you know what? Following's also part of life. Like, how's he going to know that he can't do that yet? Or, hey, you know what? Let me try it a different way, and I can make it up to the top. So, you just, especially as a male in today's world, you got to be careful. You got to be so careful. So, Walterrific, man, like, just be careful, dude. Be careful approaching little kids like that. You don't want no freaking parent coming running at you with a gun trying to shoot you because they think you're trying to kidnap their kid. You know? I mean, obviously, like, your latest video, they were doing, you know, a lemonade thing. But other times, I've seen you approach little kids while they're just playing out in the street. Dude, don't do that shit. You know, CYA, cover your ass, man. Don't even give off the appearance that you're trying to do something. Alright, that's a rant over. But, you know, other than that, I like his videos. He's crazy. I love his little, like, troll face dudes. The fuck? Do you not see me? I'm, like, right fucking there. Fucking cutting me off, you fucking prick. Oh, this guy's going just a little too slow. I gotta get over. Anyway, so sorry. Yeah, Walterrific, be careful, man. Love your videos, but you need to stop doing that shit. You are gonna get into some serious trouble one day, man.